So I don't see Chris on. Let me see here. So Chris is the chair. But anyways, Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for hopping on the call. I hope everyone had good holidays. So today we were going to recap some 2022 PSN accomplishments, go over some recaps of the projects that are currently going on in both this committee, as well as give you some overview of what's going on in the other two committees. And then we're going to end on the Swiffer EPA grant and talking about that. A lot of good funding opportunities that have come to us over the last, I'm gonna say, 2 months now. So starting off with the accomplishments. So last year, we kicked off the year in March by publishing the menu of options. This great document that you all helped put together. And you can find that on our Sustainable Nevada website if you ever want to look at it or reference it. But again, that was, our first big accomplishment as a group. Very, very awesome. The second one, I think it was about summertime when we came up with our logo. So that was another great accomplishment. And then in the September timeframe, we launched the Sustainable Nevada website. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, with the logo, new content focused around sustainability as a whole. So yeah, if you haven't had a chance to check that out, another big accomplishment from the group. And then the most recent one happened a few weeks ago. The Sustainable Materials Management Plan was approved by the Nevada or the State Environmental Commission. So one of the, I can't remember if it was a policy group or sustainability committee group. A few of the members got together and one of the project groups and provided input and feedback and comments to that plan. And we're happy to announce that December 14th, the plan was approved. And you can find that on our NDEP website. If you just Google Solid Waste Management Plan Nevada, it pops up. But you can find it with the executive summary, the plan, and then all of the appendices. So really excited to say that that got approved. It was a big shift going from a focus on solid waste and landfilling to a more circular materials management approach. So really, helping moving the state in the right direction. Before I move on to other projects going on, does anybody have any comments to add to PSN accomplishments or any other highlights? Not hearing any. So moving on to projects occurring, we'll start with projects that are currently going on in this Sustainability Committee. And also, if you're a team lead, I'll call on your project and feel free to provide a recap. And if there's any barriers or needs to bring up. And we'll start with project one. I believe that's Lakshmi's group, development of a pilot project for event waste reduction, looking at the Riverside Farmers Market. Lakshmi, would you like to provide a quick update and any barriers?
Yeah, thank you for that. We have two goals we had set for this particular committee, and one was to do a pilot project, like Bree said, and Casey from Riverside Farmers Market has come forward to be the first project organizer to kind of facilitate that. To that end, we have also reached out to the people who serve food at that location, either beverages and food, and we got some survey results. We're reviewing that right now. The main barrier with that one is a place. If we do a pilot, where do we actually do the cleaning of the plates and mugs or whatever. We looked at McKinley Art Center and also Reno High School. Nothing's kind of turning up. So, but we'll keep searching. That's that. And then the second goal was to basically come up with guidelines for holding the events, low waste events. And to that end, KTMB had already done some work for the Washoe County area, and Kim has kindly shared all that data with us, and the team is reviewing that and see how we can review that and then expand it out to state level guidelines program. That's it.
Thanks, Lakshmi. Anybody have any questions or comments for Lakshmi? Okay. Moving on to the next one. I'm not sure. No, so Patty's not on. So I'll skip project 2. Project 3, collaborate with climate action. Peter, was that you? No, not Peter. I'm sorry, Brian.
Actually, yeah, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the big question for our group is we're trying to establish a purpose in a project. I just took the lead as of the last meeting. We were kind of languishing without a lead. And now with the changes in the administration, with David Bobzian leaving the Office of Energy and Dr. Kristen Averett leaving as the Senior Climate Advisor, it's really unclear what we'll be able to collaborate with, which was our original intent, which was to collaborate with implementation of this climate strategy. With that in mind, I'm going to stick in the chat the names of some contacts with the new administration. They have established some working committees. And if anyone in this group knows those folks and can provide an introduction, please let me know in the chat and I will, let's see, I will put it in there now. Wrong copy and paste. Sorry. Let me pull that out and grab this other item here. Bear with me just a moment. Also, if anyone knows Dennis Froelich, who is the current Deputy Director at the Office of Energy, we'd like to be able to reach out to her. And I put that in the list as well.
And Brian, I'll also pass that list on to Susan and Tina, who are the chair and co-chairs of policy and funding, and they also usually have a lot of connections as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll attend that meeting Friday as well and put the list in there. So. Okay. All right, so that list is now in the chat, so please do let me know. I'll put my email in there as well if anybody wants to reach out directly.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Let's see. The next group is Project 4, Circular Economy Roadmap. I don't think I saw Aster on, but that's okay. I can provide an update on that group. So what that group was working on is providing this document that looks at how we can, lay the foundation for a circular economy in Nevada. And the first phase of this roadmap is really looking at the stakeholders that are involved right now and what's going on with those stakeholders in terms of a circular economy. So for example, with the NDEP and our Bureau, transitioning from a solid waste management plan to a sustainable materials management plan, which is a circular approach, we provided that input into this roadmap. I think this group is going to be a multi-phase project where we add pieces to this roadmap. But the first thing was really looking at, what some of the private businesses are doing, and what we're doing as the government to help, move Nevada towards a circular economy. And then projects 5 and 6 were combined. That's the waste audit and data collection group. I don't know if any meetings have really taken place, but one thing we are looking at is funding a waste characterization study for Nevada. And I'll touch on that more with the Swiffer EPA grant funding. But that is something we are actively working on our end as well. Are there any project leaders that I missed? I don't think I did, but please speak up if I missed any group. Okay. And then to give you guys an update on what the other committees are doing. I know some of you are involved in multiple committees, but if you're not, so in the policy and funding group, we have Cody with Full Circle leading a project for organics and composting roadmap. Really robust document that they're working on, but basically the goal is to have these it's a roadmap so you could go to different municipalities and hey, if you want to implement a composting program for your municipality, here are things you should consider. And looking at the full system of composting from the residents that have to put their organics, the collection of organic material, end markets, how to, compost properly and sustainably. So looking at that full picture and also lessons learned from implementing the composting and organics collection in Carson City. Another group is working on providing input to updating the compost regulations in Nevada. And then another group is looking, they have speakers come on every month, and it's a speaker from a different, city or town or community. And they talk about their sustainability programs and how we can recreate the success in those programs in other areas in Nevada. And see, Allie, are you on? Do you have more to add to that group? Because I know you're more involved.
With Cody's group, I'm sorry, we just had a power outage, and so there's a lot going on in the office right now. You're
yeah.
talking about Cody's group still, right?
No, we moved on to Linda's.
Oh gosh, thank you. Okay. I don't think I have anything new to add other than now that we've kind of gotten 6 or 7 presenters out of the way this year, we're really just going to work on how we're going to compile that data. Like, what do those presentations mean? What are we going to take as lessons learned from that? And then hopefully put some emphasis on rural outreach. And if there's any sustainability managers out there in rural counties doing things, like they don't need to be from these large cities or big scale places that people have been presenting on. So we're going to focus on doing some rural outreach and seeing kind of what needs are out there in the smaller counties population wise, and then just how we can collect that data and kind of revamp the project moving forward with a different goal. Same goal, but different, if that makes sense. Like, what are we going to do with it now? How can we roll it into something that is obtainable that we can use?
Awesome. That sounds great. And then the last piece from the Education and Outreach Committee, they are helping work on the EPA Education and Outreach Recycling Grant application and project idea. So what we're applying for, our proposed project idea is to do a statewide social marketing campaign aimed at reducing contamination in the recycling stream. And for those of you that don't know, social marketing isn't the same thing as social media marketing. Social media can play a role in it, but the goal of any social marketing campaign is to positively change a behavior for the betterment of a community. So we're in the process of finishing up the grant narrative, putting together the final pieces of the budget to apply for this grant, but it's coming together as a really awesome idea, getting a lot of insight from our partners, and how do we, just create this common message for all of Nevada, while also understanding that different local areas do have slightly differing recycling programs. But a lot of the partners we've reached out to are very excited. So we're also excited. And then the final thing I want to touch on for today's meeting is the EPA Swiffer grant. And with that grant, it's a non-competitive grant that the states will be getting, and we can get anywhere from $300,000 to 1.5 million. It just depends on certain factors that EPA is going to use to calculate this. And let's see, and it covers things like updating, you know, your solid waste plan, which we've already done, but, you know, there's different like other data collection efforts, supporting the state-led implementation of plans. So what we wanted to do with PSN is, it doesn't have to be today, although if you have ideas, you can throw them out, but we're starting to solicit ideas to use this grant money for. And like I said, you know, a big one will probably be that solid waste characterization study for the state, because we really do lack that data. But just going briefly over what can be covered. So one is to develop or update plans to advance post-consumer materials management. So it could be a solid waste management plan, which we just updated, but it could be other planning documents as well, you know, like a circular economy plan. So it could be, the money could be used to make a plan. It could also be used to develop, strengthen, or implement comprehensive data collection efforts. And that's kind of where that waste characterization study would fall under. And then support the state-led implementation of plans. It's my understanding, I don't think we can, Ellie, do you remember, can we buy equipment with this grant?
I don't think we can.
Okay, I didn't think so either, which is kind of a bummer considering it's an infrastructure. The funding comes from the infrastructure bill that passed a while back. But yeah, so I can open it up if anyone has any ideas off the top of their head, but it's okay if you don't. But we are soliciting ideas to use, because right now we don't know how much we're getting. Like I said, that range is 300,000 to 1.5 million. But you know, if we get a ton of money, we'll have we'll need ideas. So with that, I'll open it up. If anybody has any comments, ideas, or just comments in general for the sustainability group. Okay. Well, it'll be a short meeting today, and I just want to thank everybody for, you know, participating and all your help over this last year. We, you know, like I've shared, we've come up with some pretty big accomplishments, and I can't wait to see what 2023 holds for us. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.